World War II interrupted his college days. Lewis never stepped foot on foreign soil while in the Army, but guarded the unknown soldier's tomb at Arlington Cemetery and even the White House when a group of aspiring Cuban nationals jumped the fence.
Fort Myer had a service team, and we played every game on the road. We played 42 games on the road. There's a lot of Army posts and so forth in the Washington, D.C. area. And out of those 42 games, we won 36, and we were 6. And there was a player there who was our center from Wichita State. We had one from Purdue and one from Alabama. We had a pretty strong team. Well, when I was drafted and they would send me to the service, they always wanted to know your middle initial, and it was J, but I always said that people do not call me Lewis, they call me Buster. And they all laughed and said, no, that's not going to work. So they shortened it up to Bus, B-U-S. Then when I met Miriam, who now is my wife of nearly 60 years, she changed it and made it Buzz, B-U-Z-Z, because she was Pennsylvania Dutch and didn't understand this Iowa twang. And so that's how it got started, and it's one of those nicknames that stuck.
His career on the sideline started in humble surroundings. He guided the varsity team at Renard High School near Ames after graduating from Drake.
I was very blessed with good players my first year in coaching. Then I went to LeGrand for 2 years and had a lot of really good sophomore players. I was there for 2 years. Then I went to Tama for 4, and I had another Division I player who went to Iowa State and played 4 years. And he was a great shooter. And you notice now I've been 1, 2, 4 years at all these schools. So then I went to Newton. I was there 8 years. And we had some really good teams there, and I had a lot of good players. And we won 2 state championships and 1 other state appearance.
Levick left the high school game and in 1965 moved for the final time. He made the trek to Waverly, where he would lead Wartburg's men's team. He brought with him the trademark qualities that marked his coaching career.
They thought I was laid back. I didn't get too excited about either in practice or games. I was the same every day.
Many future Wartburg players were schooled in Levick's ways during his popular summer camps, which became something of a recruiting mechanism.
I attended a lot of basketball camps between 9th and 12th grade, and without a doubt, it was the best camp, and that was influential in my decision to attend Wartburg College. And you had a lot of exposure to Coach Levick during that camp as well.
We had heard that this was the place to go if you wanted to learn how to play basketball and do things the right way. And so I went to Wartburg that summer before my sophomore year and learned a lot about the fundamentals of how to play the game of basketball, how to shoot and pass and dribble and rebound and play defense, and block out, and worked with Coach Levick. He was involved in the camp every day and working with the players and teaching them how to play the game.
Levick embarked upon his quest to recruit the right kind of basketball players for both Wartburg and his program.
Well, of course, you always have to look at athletic skills, whether you want to admit it or not. You had to have someone who had some interest in basketball. I was very interested in their academics, what they wanted to study and what they had accomplished in high school. I think the best indicator of success academically at the college level are the grades that you received in high school.
His players found that the charming recruiter off the court was intent on having a team that embodied disciplined play on the court.
He sort of had a grandfatherly, real approachable persona when he was sitting at your dining room table recruiting you. And when he coached you, he was a man of authority.
It didn't take long to realize success. After a 12-10 season in his first year, Wartburg reeled off an amazing 9 consecutive conference crowns, beginning with Levick's second season. The Knights would be regular participants in postseason play.
Well, we had a string of 9 consecutive Iowa Conference championships, and again, I'd be the first to admit, if you have success, you have to have good players.
Throughout that championship run, Levick maintained an unflappable demeanor that reflected the consistency of his programs. However, at times, he did slip.
Coach Levick got upset enough that he protested a call, and it was the first and only time that I've ever seen a coach get a technical foul without saying a single word. What he did was he stepped out onto the basketball court and looked the referee right in the eye and just put his hands around his neck as if the referee was choking.
In 1975, we had another strong team, and I've always felt if we hadn't lost to Augustana on the last second shot from 42 foot, that was a team that probably could have won the national championship, because I had 9 players that I could really play.
Levick's decision to quit coaching didn't come without some angst. An ulcer he contracted during the 1983-84 season caused some brief health issues, but Buzz bounced back to coach up through the early 1990s. He had some strong talent coming in for the 1993-94 campaign, but midway through 1992-93, he knew it was time.
I really wanted to coach 2 more years. I wanted to put in 30 years. I thought 30 is a nice round figure at Wartburg. But I'd had some health problems. I had my gallbladder removed. So I thought, well, maybe I'm 66, maybe it's time for me to step down.
28 years, more than 500 wins, 13 postseason tournament appearances, 7 All-Americans, and 58 All-Iowa Conference players.
No, I can honestly say that we never used the alarm clock in our house. We were up every morning, 5:30 or 6. I was in the office by 7, and I never thought about going to work. I look forward to coming to work.
I know when I talk to Coach Levick today, one of the things that strikes me is how much he really cares about his players, and not as players that were on his team X number of years ago, but as people, and he's very proud of the people that his players have become.
I think now as I look back on the 43 years that I was coaching or teaching, would be the people I've met and got to know real well.
I've always kind of considered the influence, and I think Coach Levick would like to hear this, is the influence of Wartburg College basketball on me. But Coach Levick is an undeniable piece of that whole equation. But I have told people a number of times that there's no greater influence on what I am today.
You have been a wonderful, wonderful teacher and coach over the years, and I've had the opportunity to play against your teams, and I've had the opportunity to watch you. Your teams were never out-hustled, never outplayed. On many occasions, you beat teams that had maybe a little bit more physical talent than your teams. To win 9 championships in a row is probably a record that's never going to be broken. But the record that you're going to set, and will never be broken, is your association with young people. And those young people are going to be associated with more young people. And so the naming of a building in your honor is truly magnificent, but it's only fitting and deserving.
What it means to me is that it's a way of Wartburg honoring all the players who played for me in Knight's Gym, and now they can come to this facility and see that their old coach's name is on it, but really was honoring all the players who played for me.
Coach Levick, congratulations on this great honor. It's wonderful to have Levick Arena, a name for the man who put Wartburg basketball on the map and has helped Wartburg College and the young men that played for him in so many ways. Congratulations, Coach.